record because I don't want to miss any of this gold.
Because we're just so fucking witty.
We're super sharp.
We
Look at
are. Look
this.
at what's
I
our
have my
coffee?
I
Are
have
you
my
a bachelor?
BS,
Are you?
Bachelor of Salesmanship. Mm,
Actually, that seems like really accurate for you.
shut up. Do you? What are you drinking? What's your coffee? What do you got?
Well, I'm new to the coffee drinking.
Really?
Yeah, I never really drank coffee.
Really? What the heck?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I don't
Yes, we
know.
did.
I mean, like a little, but not really. I was never like a regular coffee drinker. Or like coffee. I'm gonna wake up in the morning.
Hmm. That's interesting. My experience of it was different. I have I'm drinking tea,
Are
as it were.
you?
Yeah. This is a fancy tea called pu'er.
Oh, I like
Pu'er.
that.
Do you? Do you know what it is?
Mm-hmm. I think it's like a certain kind of green tea, right?
Well, no.
Oh,
Nope.
well, okay.
No, actually, it can be green tea, but this is a black tea.
Okay.
Pu'er is like aged and fermented in these like
Hmm.
weird, super humid huts in the Yunnan province in China.
Okay.
What do you know,
It's fancy.
right? It's really good for your gut health, for the biome of your gut.
That's how you know we're like old and sober, that we like do things like we like I have this special coffee and I do my probiotics and like here's all my health shit.
Dude, I do get fancy coffee too.
Fancy coffee is good.
Mm-hmm. So what
Fancy
are you drinking?
tea.
You just drinking
Um,
coffee?
yeah. It's this kind, I think it's fancy coffee. It's called like I think the name of the specific kind of coffee is like Ethiopia Mystic Lion or something. I don't
I
know. I
love it.
liked it
I
because
love it.
it had like there were like flavors of rose petals and magic and
Mm-hmm.
unicorns, and I was like,
Yeah.
cool,
Yeah, let me get
sign me
that.
up. Yeah,
hook
I'm
hook
in.
hook me up with that. Um, is it single origin?
I think so. Yeah.
Wow. That means there's only one origin.
Really? Is that what that means?
Yeah, let me mansplain something to you, okay?
Cool. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you so
I've
much.
already done it once. I'm just going to shut up now and ask you questions if you don't mind.
Yeah. Well, tell me where
Okay,
you are
my
first. I want to know where
uh,
you are.
so I'm in my studio in North
Okay.
Carolina. Yeah.
Amazing.
I live in
Right
Asheville
now.
now.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing. I feel like that feels right for you.
Yeah. Does that mean you don't want me to come back? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm just saying, you're like a songwriter being in North
True.
Carolina. I don't know.
True, true. That's the
Okay,
true
sorry.
true.
Go ahead.
Are you in LA?
Yeah.
Are you in the old house?
Same house. It's like I'm
Right
never
on.
gonna leave.
I love that house. That house is rad.
I just feel like I'm ready to be done with this house. Like I'm ready to have, like a new adult moment would be nice.
Okay. Well, then I fully
Maybe.
support you in that. That feels right for
Thank
you.
you.
I
Thank
love
you
that
so
for you.
much.
What part of town do you want to live in?
Um, I don't know. Like, I wouldn't mind staying around here, or I don't know, maybe going to like the west side and being near the ocean.
Oh,
I
snap.
know,
Sniggity snap.
changing it up.
Chit 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 chit. Um, so how long have you been sober now?
Um, I think it'll be 5 years, New Year's Eve,
Yep.
which
How
is
dare you
crazy.
be sober 1 year more than me?
I know, I know. Does it just like slowly at night, does it like just incense you like out of nowhere?
No, in fact, I love it for you. But I think, what's interesting is that, like, I don't mind saying breaking my own anonymity. Like, I got sober in AA, you know, and
Hmm.
But what inspired me to get sober was I saw some friends of mine posting, "Oh, I've got X amount of time sober," and I'd be like, "Damn, that person got sober too." Shit. Like, I knew I had a problem for a long time, but then I'd see somebody doing well, and I'd be like, "Fuck, I want that too. I want that for myself."
Yeah.
So 5 years,
It's just
five
like
big ones.
I know, and but it like feels in some ways so much longer than that,
Mm-hmm.
you know? Like I do have memories of a time when I was not sober, but that feels so far away.
Yep.
But then I'm like, yeah, I guess 3 and 4 years didn't seem like that much time to me in like reference for how long it felt. But I guess 5 years is like a long time.
Half a decade.
Yeah, it's a pretty decent amount of time.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
What
it's
was?
good.
Do you remember like the moment you decided to get sober? Clearly, it was New Year's,
Oh
right?
yeah, yeah. It was the day before New Year's, or yeah, I guess. Because I guess you count what, like the next day? Who knows? I don't know. I counted the next day.
So New
Um,
Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve was when I was basically having like the worst hangover ever. So, um,
You
and then
started
I
a
was
little
like,
early.
yeah, I was like, cool. Um, you know what it was? Like it became not fun anymore. And you actually experienced one of these with me where I started to get panic attacks about like how bad I was going to feel the next day or just being like drunk or whatever it was. Like
Yeah.
I started having like super bad anxiety and I just kind of I don't know, I had a moment where I went, why am I doing this? It's not even like I'm not even enjoying the part that you're supposed to enjoy if you're going to enjoy it, whatever. And I just felt so bad the next day. I felt like I was like poisoning myself because
Yeah.
I remember like driving myself home the next morning and I was like in bed until 6 p.m. It was like a headache and I just didn't feel good. And I don't know, I think after also like being on tour and doing a cabaret show and just like doing the shows that we did and being in this life in that kind of world where like drinking or medicating your bad day or your feelings is kind of normalized and
Oh
almost
yeah.
like celebrated where it's like, oh, you just got broken up with, like let's get wasted,
Right.
or you had a bad day, let's go get fucked up. Like there's this kind of camaraderie about medicating your feelings and getting like inebriated that I just realized was not really something I wanted to kind of continue to do anymore.
And you've tried to get sober before for varying periods of time, right?
Um, I never really, I don't think I ever really clocked that maybe the relationship that I had to drinking was like not okay because I think there was so much of that in my family that for me always like I never wanted to acknowledge myself that way. I never wanted to say like I was like I'm not like them, like that's not me, I'm not an addict, I don't do
Right.
that, you know.
Right.
Because I think in your mind you, at least for me, when I would think of like what an alcoholic is or like what someone who has an abusive relationship with alcohol, it's like you wake up and you're drinking, like a bottle of whiskey in the morning by yourself. And I was like, well,
Mm-hmm.
that's not what I do, so that's obviously not me.
Right.
And so I think then I kind of, I don't know, I had to get comfortable with going, oh yeah, maybe this is like not right, even if it's not so extreme, and having their Dolores. They're just
how
having
many
their own conversation over there.
how many dogs you got?
We've got two dogs over here and two cats. The whole situation. You guys need to go outside though, because you're interrupting our scheduled programming.
Give me a look at
Um,
them dogs. Let me see.
Come say hello, little Rosita. You would like her. She's spicy as hell. Hi,
Ooh,
sweet Rosie.
looky. Looky little baby.
And you know little Dolores.
Looky.
Just truly. Come on, outside, outside, go outside. There you go. Okay. So yes, that's my long-winded answer about.
When you knew it was time.
Yeah, I just, at that point, like my mom was sober, my little sister, both of my sisters, and I remember being in Idaho, around Christmas, and there's no Uber in Idaho, right? So, and the bars are like 11 miles away up in town. So I'd be like, Scout, Lula, like drive me to the bar. And then I would be the only one drinking, and they'd be like, no, we're staying in. Like, we don't want to go up to the bar. And so I was like,
Right.
wow, okay, I'm the this is a little dark. Like I'm the last one in this house who's like
Mm.
wanting to go up to the bar to drink. Yeah, it didn't really make sense anymore. And I wasn't even planning on like getting properly sober. I was like, I'm just gonna do sober January. And then I just kind of kept going and here I am 5 years later. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
I remember um, calling you. Was it you called me? Well, we talked to each other on the phone. Like, I think I was around a year sober,
Yeah,
and we were just chatting, probably making amends to each other,
as we do.
and as you do, you know,
You know.
you have to with your old drinking friends. Like, there's no
Oh
way
my
you
God.
didn't, you know,
Yeah, you got to.
there's no way you didn't mess up something along the line. But did you? I was reading this book. Sorry, I know I'm like doing two tangents at once.
It's okay.
You told me, and I can edit around this if you don't want to talk about this, and that's totally fine. But you told me that you also had to take a look at your relationship and love stuff as well. And
Totally.
and
Yeah.
you told me point blank, you're like, I think you should take a look at this stuff for yourself too. I was like, no, I don't think so. I think I'm fine.
You're like, I'm
And
good.
no, I wasn't, by the way. You were totally right. And I have had to take a look at that stuff. And now that that tangent's over, moving on to the next one, I love what Russell Brand says in his book, Recovery. Have you read that one?
I have not.
It's great. You should check it out on audiobook because then you can listen to his voice and he's awesome. You know, his voice is
Okay.
rad. But he was talking about how when he got sober from like doing heroin and smoking crack, like clearly he had a problem with those things. It's not hard to see, you know,
Yeah.
but then you get sober and you start to see all of the other things that you're doing. They all have like a similar sort of quality to them, even though they're like totally vastly different, but like they have a similar quality in that I get this icky feeling in my stomach. I know something's not right. I don't know how to describe it to
Hmm.
myself, but I can't stop doing it, you know?
Totally.
And I had that same stuff with love and relationships, and it's been much more complicated.
Well, I mean, I don't want to speak like generally for every person, but I do think at the end of the day that addiction is very fluid in terms of, you can get sober from substances, drugs, and alcohol, and then find yourself with food addictions or shopping or, you know, whatever it may be. But my belief truly is that like the sex and love addiction, I think, is really at the core of, if you're looking at it like a tree, say, it's like the root system, I think, of everything. Because at the end of the day, we all just want to be loved and accepted and validated. And I think that so much, I don't think people just drink or do drugs or eat or, you know, have sex with people or get into like, bad relationships because that's just what they want to do. I think that it's because you're trying to cover something and hide and like, again, medicate and not feel or not deal with
Yeah.
feelings that are coming up, which again I think are all stemming from just like wanting to be loved and validated. So whenever you like don't want to feel that, you're like, cool, I'm gonna get fucked up. I'm not
Right.
gonna deal with this. Because to
Right.
me at least, that was the hardest part of kind of the journey of sobriety. It's not, for me at least, it wasn't stopping drinking. That was very easy for me. It was dealing with all of the emotions that then started to come up that I had to deal with that I had no idea that I was like numbing out for so long. And
Yeah,
then I was like, oh, I
absolutely.
feel things. I am feeling feelings. This is so uncomfortable. I hate this. Is this what everyone else feels like all the time? Because I
Yeah,
don't like this at all.
right. Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember. And I talk about it pretty frequently with the guys that I work with here, the men and women that are in recovery here at I started working at this recovery center. And I talked
Amazing.
to them about a lot about how, in early sobriety, you remove the medicine that you're self-medicating all of these underlying symptoms for, and then
Hmm.
all of that undealt with crap like comes at you like a brick tsunami, just like, and you have to keep your
Yeah.
yeah, and you have to keep your chin down and just keep swinging sometimes,
Yeah, you're just like,
sometimes it's
what
a
the
fight.
fuck?
Yeah, man. And I was like, if you have to buy yourself like a couple cases of LaCroix and some corn chips and turn on like a sad movie and pause it right when you're about to start crying and then just wail into your pillow in the fetal position like I did, then go for
Yeah,
it.
totally.
Because I didn't feel like I could cry anymore. So I would just like wait until I was like crying already and just let myself cry about the stuff I needed to cry about.
Totally.
Oh, man. Okay, so here's the other question. What did you fall in love with in being sober? Like what are some of the things that you became passionate about outside of sobriety?
Um, I mean, working out is something literally you could not have, if you told me 5, 10 years ago that like that is something that I would need to do every day to feel just like centered and human and right, I'd be like, that's hilarious. You're so funny. I don't do that.
Right.
No, no, no.
Right.
And I'm obsessed now. Like I get it. I get it when people were like, it's amazing and you feel so good and blah blah blah. And there's like a, I don't know. I mean, even what we were talking about before was like just being healthy, taking probiotics, just like having value for your body, having value for, you know, the time and energy that you spend with people, and making sure that your relationships are very, like co-caretaking, that you're not in a situation where you're, perpetuating some sort of like cycle of not getting your needs met and then also not expressing boundaries or any of those things. Um, yeah, I mean, I think for like at least the first year, year and a half, it was so, my world got very small and it became very focused on just my health. And also, I felt like I was having like an emotional kind of exorcism of so much like shame and like negative self talk and things that I was just being so punishing about,
Yeah.
whether it was behaviors towards myself or other people, or like things that I did when I, was drinking, or like
Yeah.
in a bad way, that just I really had to do so much like compassionate self-forgiveness just to
Yeah.
let go of all of that, because it just felt like I was drowning,
Yeah, me too. I feel you.
you know?
Yeah.
Because you get wild, you get a little crazy.
Oh, you get super wild.
Come on.
I've done stuff in sobriety that I've had to work really hard to forgive myself for.
Totally.
I've done some stuff where I was like, okay, there's like no excuse at all. Just me being shitty. And then having
Well,
to
but I
like
think
come
there's always like, we're still dealing with like, it's like a, what, a aftershock of
Oh yeah.
a hurricane or something.
Yeah, absolutely. If we're going to use
Well,
the
but
tsunami metaphor again,
yeah, why not?
those other waves, there's a couple other waves that come through if I'm not mistaken.
Well, and it's the same thing, I think, like the people who deal with like Overeaters Anonymous, or like people who deal with food, around food stuff, right? It's like, I'm not going to say it's easy to give up drugs and alcohol, but like you don't need them for every day to survive, like
Right.
in interaction with people, sex, love, food, like you need, you don't need them to survive, but you do, like there are things that are involved in every day. So trying to find a relationship and how you move through the world without these things. Like I remember being the first couple times I went out to a party and I was sober, I stayed for 20 minutes and I was so
Me too.
overwhelmed because I didn't know what to do with myself. I didn't know how to
Me too.
interact. Like all of these, like my skills of like how do I move through this, or like feel like I have something to say. I literally thought that I was the most outgoing, witty, like just on it person. And then suddenly I was like, I have no idea what to say to people. Like, I have
I know.
no idea
Cut
how to
to us in those
converse.
situations where we thought we were badass and we probably looked really dumb
My
too.
God. I'm like so glad that like Instagram and people taking videos like was not as huge, because I'm sure there would be, I mean, there's photographic evidence for sure of like, but you know.
Have you ever done a before and after picture?
Oh my God, I looked at one last night. I was going through photos with Tallulah, just like looking at, how far we've come, whatever. And I saw a photo of myself, like probably right after I did like my little cabaret tour, and I was shocked. I You could like just see like death on my face.
Yeah.
Just so much grief, so much
Yeah.
sadness, so much unhappiness. And I just look miserable.
Yeah.
And just like puffy.
Oh. Yeah.
It's just like
Yeah.
sad.
I know. I know. I have a pretty I mean, I have a pretty comprehensive lookbook of what I looked like during the end there because it's all on film on the fucking Netflix show. And I've watched it like a couple times since it came out, and I always cry so hard when I start singing in that first
Mhm.
episode where I'm like pitching a fit about like the other guy brought his band and I'm like all upset about it. As soon as I start singing, I inevitably just start crying because I'm so sad for that guy. You know,
Yeah,
I just love him so much, and I'm like, bro, you're good. You're so good. Just love yourself. You know,
totally.
and it's just so sad to see me like that. But here we are. You know, drinking our fancy tea,
Thriving. Thriving.
thriving. What else did you fall in love with in recovery? Did you start doing like midwifery or something?
Um, no, but I really want to. Like, I would really love to be a doula. Um,
A doula oblongata.
yes, exactly. I just think like, you know, to be able to support women going through like, and this sounds so like cheesy in my mind, but just like to help support women who are like going through motherhood and for the first time and figure that out. I feel like there's so much that's not talked about, and just so much around women's healthcare that's just kind of, not really discussed or talked about, that I would love to kind of help support and shed light on.
Love that for you.
Yeah.
Are you once again, I can cut around this if you don't want to talk about it, but are you thinking about having kids someday still?
Oh yeah. I want like a wolf pack of children. Just,
Sweet.
you know, basically, I feel like I'm going to end up becoming that person who like lives my ideal journey eventually is to like have a cute little farm where I have a whole
Mm,
like sustainable vegetable garden that I can get all of
yeah.
my stuff from, and
Love it.
we make jam and we sell it at the little farmers market. Got a bunch of
Love it.
long-haired children running around with
Mhm.
lots of
Yeah.
animals, the whole,
Yeah. Oh, I love
deal,
that.
right? Yeah.
That's great.
It
Well,
just
those things
sounds
are
nice.
totally within reach. That's not crazy. That's a fantastic dream and it's totally within
Yeah.
reach.
Thank you, dogs. Um, yeah,
They're
it's
like,
just
"Ah, me too."
they're like, please bring us, bring us. Yeah, I just think um I feel like the things that I want, I can, like, I never felt like a grown up before, and I still don't all the time, but I feel like I'm closer to feeling like that as I've kind of come through sobriety, where I'm like, I can be responsible for another human being's life. And before I felt like I couldn't even take care of myself, let alone, another person.
Yeah,
So,
I feel you. I mean, I feel sometimes I feel like yeah, I definitely feel like there's like a biological imperative like happening in my body, and I
yeah.
know they don't talk as much about like how guys have that like internal time clock, but my body is like it's time, dude. You know, you you have to have a child now. It's weird. I think maybe it's because a lot of people around me are having kids, and and for the longest time, I was like, well, I can't be somebody's father because I've just like I haven't done any of the stuff that I want to do, you know, and I don't want to. But I don't know. We'll see. I'm also kind of destined to walk the earth alone, like the Incredible Hulk. I think so. We'll.
I think that's a story, James. I think that's one that you've had for a long time of this like tortured artist. I'm so everything is like tortured and brutal, and I'm gonna be alone. And I think you have such an opportunity to just like let that go and know that
Okay.
you're like totally deserving of everything that you want, whether that's all the things that you want to do and a family, a ridiculously successful music career, which I know is like totally going to happen for you.
I'm working on a rock opera right now. You're gonna love it.
I can't wait. I
It's
think
about a guy who has
to
a
be
superpower when he's drunk.
to be fair, some of my favorite songs that you've written were when we were in the throes of like very drunken states. So
Well, you don't know yet because I haven't played a lot of the new stuff for you.
that's true. That's true. I'm up until this point, my faves.
I was looking at I was looking for your email, so I went through because I don't delete emails,
Yeah, same.
and so I looked through our emails that we've sent each other, and they're all just me sending you songs.
They're
There's
my
some gems in
faves
there.
though. There really
There's some
are. I
gems in there.
think, wow, yeah. I mean, Hot and Cold is a pretty good one. It's one of my faves.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I listened to that one the other day, just of
So
my own
brutal.
volition.
It's so
Oh,
brutal.
that's good. It reminds me of I wrote it while we were in Montreal.
Yeah,
That was a good time. Remember we
that
were
was.
drunk and we went skinny dipping in that park?
Oh yeah, it was the best. We probably like would have 100% been arrested, but you know,
But we weren't somehow.
yeah, you never know. It's kind of amazing.
They're just forward thinking, those French Canadians.
It's true.
They're like, oh, those people are having fun in the park in that gross ass duck
Pond.
scum pond in the middle of
There was
this
a
park.
lot of us too. There was like a pretty decent chunk of us that like just were like, let's do this. This is a great idea.
It was a great idea. It was a
Yeah,
fantastic idea.
yeah.
I'm really glad we didn't get arrested because then it wouldn't have seemed like such a great
No,
idea.
that would have been really dark. I would have really hated to have called my family and been like, FYI, guys, I'm arrested in Canada. Montreal. Thanks.
And FTR, like,
Yeah.
sorry guys, can't be at the show tonight. Decided to go skinny dipping in this park.
To be fair, though, I think some of the bosses in charge were there with us, so like they would have been arrested too,
Well, there you go.
you
And
know?
that's love. What do you got there? Is it CBD? What do you got?
No,
Is it
it,
nicotine?
it is my last holdout, my last vice.
My last one is coffee. I was vaping for a little bit. I never wanted my dad to know this, so hopefully he doesn't see this. He will. I was vaping. I quit like 6 days ago.
Did you?
Yeah, 6 days ago.
I've quit so many times,
For how long though?
like 2 months at a time, 3 months at a time, and then I'm like,
Damn.
I deserve this. I am sober. I like, I have healthy relationships mostly. Like, I deserve this.
You're like, I can have this. This is fine.
Yeah,
I
because I
can
just then
I
I
can
feel
sit
like
here.
so young to be so like what truly kills me is you know this about me. Like I love the accoutrement of things
Hmm,
and like I remember right after I got sober, like maybe a year or two, all of the like beautiful little like pre-rolled joints or like little half things and then the boxes that came in and all of these different like creams and edibles and things all came out and I was like, are you kidding? I would
right?
have loved this. I would have loved all of these little like cool packages and
Oh
I
yeah.
remember even going into a bar and realized that I hadn't even discovered Japanese whiskey yet, and I was like,
Mm,
I didn't even get to try any of this.
yep.
Didn't even get to do any of that.
Yeah.
Now
Or
it's done.
microdosing. God, everyone's freaking
Yeah,
microdosing and eating weed candy and fucking
everybody.
drinking Japanese booze over here. Like, what
I know.
the hell? I did it all wrong. I wish someone would have told me. You know, the key is
Me
to not
too.
get drunk.
Yeah, the key is to like stop after like two.
We couldn't have done that. That was never gonna happen.
I don't think that it's like in my programming. Like that I don't that button that says it's time to stop. Just like
Yeah.
the light stopped going on, or maybe it just never went on ever. I don't know.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's so sad because I see people now. I see friends who are like, "This is a beautiful like bottle of French wine. We're gonna try it at dinner," and I'm like, "Enjoy that."
Yeah. I'm gonna
Like,
drink this sparkling water.
I do actually have the most amazing sober bevy though that I've created.
You
It's
created one. Is it a mocktail?
Yes, it's literally just sparkling water, lime juice, and bitters. And then I put it in a martini glass with 3 olives, and it's
Mmm.
magic.
Fun.
You know,
Super fun. Does bitters not have booze in it at all?
I don't, oh God, I don't think so. I mean,
That would be
isn't
so
it?
funny.
I
Like you're
mean,
like, yeah,
is
I
it like
drink it all day long.
all day? Isn't it like negligible though, like a non-alcoholic beer?
Yes, if anything, I'm sure it is. But
I like
I don't think it.
non-alcoholic beer.
Do you?
Mm.
I've never done that.
Yeah,
There's
because
this
it
cool
doesn't
tea.
go. Yeah.
There's a cool tea called hop tea that they sell at uh Whole Foods. That is like a
Okay.
tea that's brewed with hops,
Yeah,
completely non-alcoholic, but it has that like almost kind of like an IPA hoppy flavor to it,
I love that.
and that scratches that itch for me.
Yeah, I mean, the one that Heineken makes has zero alcohol in it, not even like point 0.5.
Wow.
Um, because it doesn't bother me. Like I'm very clear. I don't, I feel very lucky that like I don't get triggered by people who are drinking or like
Mm.
by having non-alcoholic beer because I've just like clearly made it a non-negotiable in my mind. And also my OCD is so intense that like if I had to like restart my time and then have less time than you or other people that I know, that just like wouldn't work for me. I would be
No, you'd be
like,
like, well, I may as well fucking go for it then. If I'm gonna have less
yeah,
time than that motherfucker.
yeah, like it just I can't do it.
Yeah.
I'm so perfectionistic and like weird that way that literally
Hey man,
that will stop me more than anything else.
whatever keeps you, coming back.
Yeah,
F and A.
you know.
If you gotta like not drink at somebody, then power to you.
Yeah, I mean it just seems like I I I romanticize it like it seems nice, and I have moments where I'm like, it would be really nice to be able to do this, or I would enjoy that. But the truth is, then when I go, I don't think I would be able to do it in a enjoyable, light way. So then it never would be this. So
Yeah.
I'm not really missing
My
anything.
my sponsor told me something really important early on. He told me, you might be able to drink like a gentleman for like a night, a week, a couple months, maybe even a full year, maybe a couple years. But you would probably end up the way that you always have. Like you have nothing but evidence to that points to on a long enough timeline, I'm going to end up in the fetal position thinking about killing myself. That's just what happens. I'm
Yeah.
going to fuck up a bunch of stuff, probably going to get in a fist fight with somebody that I love very dearly. Like it's just all bets are off,
Yeah.
I'm going to do a bunch of cocaine. I'm going to spend all my money. I'm going to like maybe get in a car wreck. It's just not like no, it's not sustainable. It's not
Yeah, that's
manageable.
the thing. It's just not sustainable. And I also don't like the choices I was making and how that was affecting me and then how that was
Yeah.
affecting people that I love.
Yeah.
And that I couldn't show that I couldn't show up as someone that I was proud of when I was doing that,
Yeah.
And um I also think they go hand in hand. Like I don't think I could stay sober in like SLAA if I wasn't sober in AA,
Hmm.
you know?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, absolutely. I haven't done SLAA. I've thought about it though. I've
I
just
mean,
like
what
stopped dating people. I know that that's like, what is it? Intimacy
sexual
anorexia.
anorexia.
Yeah, I know that I need to
I've
look at
played
it
with
and like
that a
talk
little
to
too. And
somebody.
you're like, I'm killing it. I'm doing so well. Like I'm not dating anyone. And then you're like, oh, I'm
Right.
just like I've gone way to the other end.
Uh, well, maybe I will. Maybe when I come to LA, you can take me to a cool meeting or something.
Yeah, anytime.
Speaking of, I'm coming back to LA at a certain point. We're gonna do a show together. We should work out.
Let's do it.
You know, I should. You should. I'll show you some great coffee. You show me some great coffee. It'll
Okay.
be a great sober time.
You know what? I would love to have you. I've been doing these like silly. I've been playing piano. Speaking of things that I've like fallen in love with, I do these like Instagram lives every once in a while called late night piano. It's very rough because I still don't play that well, but I just like pick songs to play and just
I
kind of
love it.
like clunk it out. But we could, do one that's proper and, actually play
Yeah.
some tunes.
It doesn't even have to be that proper. Let's just
Ow,
get it
guys.
on. Let's go. I'll sing some tunes at the piano with you, big time.
Yeah.
Um, we could write a song too. Like
Yeah,
a
let's do it.
something where we get to harmonize with each other.
I'm
Well,
down.
heck yeah, Rue. I'm so happy for you. It's so good to see
Thank
you. You
you.
look
You
fantastic,
too.
as per usual.
You too, my friend. I'm glad to know that you're doing so well. I feel like it's so nice when you've, known someone for a long time and you were like both in the trenches together, just like being messy, and
Yep.
then to be able to kind of come out of the other side and just acknowledge like everything, and be able to talk about it in a way that's not so like I can't talk about any of this because I'm so ashamed of my life and my choices
Yep.
and
Yeah.
you know
I don't know. We didn't. I mean, like I have guilt and shame. That I'm working through still to this day. But I will talk about the stuff that I feel convicted of. Because I know for me, there's no other way through it than just to go through it.
yeah,
And to be real about it. But
absolutely.
yeah,
And I think
when I
go.
hear people say people don't change, I go, that's where you're wrong. Because I've changed, so I have faith in people. I believe that
Oh,
people can
100%.
change.
I'm a
You know?
literally an entirely different person from like top to bottom than I was before. How I move through the world, how I operate with others, how I operate with myself. And I think the biggest lesson that I learned is like the actions that I took when I was, not sober, they're not who I am. That's not,
Yeah.
it's not a reflection of me or the person that I am. They were choices that I was making because I was not in a good place. But,
Yeah.
I I am so grateful for the empathy and compassion that that's given me, that I
Yeah.
am able then to extend to others who are in a similar situation where before I would have been like, wow, what an asshole, or
Right.
gosh, that person, they're being so messy or whatever. I can really, you know, hold compassion and understand that they're just in a place that they're doing the best that they can with the tools that they have.
That's right.
And Scout actually was reading this book and we were talking about it, that like you see, I'm going to butcher this, but the way that like that you look at someone, right? I was at the post office the other day and there was a woman in front of me who was like being really frustrating and like taking a long time and like kept asking the same questions over and over. And it's this whole idea of, you know, if you saw someone who's just like screaming and waving through a window, right? And they're just screaming, you're like, God, what an asshole. Why are they screaming and waving? But then if you were able to look past and see, oh my gosh, they're doing that because they're drowning.
Right.
But we can't see. We can only just see that they're screaming and yelling, and then we have hold so much judgment, and we're like, God, they're being so rude and so selfish, and they're. they're taking up so much time and not thinking about anyone else. But, if you can zoom out and see what's really going on, you're like, oh wow, like of course I'm going to help this person. Of course I'm going to hold more compassion. They're drowning, they're dying. Like I got to go help
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Um,
I know someone recently posted like a on their Facebook, whatever it's called now. I'm getting old. I don't know if it's a wall anymore or if it's a timeline or what it is, but they posted it on their Facebook, okay? On their page. And they said they were like quoting probably like someone who wants other people to wear masks in public or something. It said, you know, please don't put your comfort in front of my safety or whatever. He goes, your safety? I don't know you. My lunch means more to me than your safety. And I was like, dang, dude, that's so twisted, because like I'm of the mindset that like, we got to take care of each other. If you're not safe, like tell me. I'm like, well, how do I help you to become safe? I would like to, as long as it's going to like, the rising tide lifts all boats. Like I'm looking for the win-win situation at all times in life,
yeah, I'm with you there.
Anywho, I love you very much.
Me too, my
Thank you. Thank you so much for doing this. And I'm always going to be cheering for you. I love seeing you winning.
You too. I love that
All right.
we're in this place. I have so much gratitude that, we can be champions for each other. It's nice and it feels very grown.
Yeah. Yes, I'm your champion. Like in a jousting tournament. I'd ask
Totally.
you for your favor, and you would hopefully give me a scarf or something.
Okay.
Right? Would you give me a
Yeah.
freaking scarf or what?
Yeah, dude, you just like wave it, right?
Yeah, I would. No, I would tie it around my neck.
Okay. Just put me in the way.
Would you give me a freaking scarf or what?
Yeah, I'll give you a
Or
scarf.
perhaps a lock of your hair.
That's a little scary. Not gonna lie. Like slightly
I
scary.
knew it was. I knew it was. I just wanted to take it right to the end and then just step over it just a little bit. Yes, I've changed a
Like
lot, but not completely.
I would hope not, James. There's
Yeah.
there's too many more songs that you need to write that will need that little flair.
Right on. All right. Well, I can't wait to play some of those songs for you soon. Love you. Have a fantastic afternoon.
You too, my friend.